Hi everybody, happy Wednesday. So today I have a message for the counsellors and I feel that this is long overdue, and if nobody has ever said this to you before, I'm so sorry, because you absolutely need to know. I'm aware in some of the groups that there's a number of counsellors who feel very strongly about Medicare and who feel very strongly about psychologists and social workers and their clients being able to access Medicare rebates and wondering why counsellors can't. I'm also aware that in some big groups, a lot of counsellors struggle sometimes with their sense of self-worth to the point where it affects the turnover of their practice. I'm specifically talking about counsellors that reduce their fee to compensate for the Medicare rebate. Here's what I want you to know. Psychologists, I'm going to speak to psychologists because I used to be one. I can't speak to the social workers because I don't know. But psychologists have training in counselling, and contrary to perhaps what counsellors might think, psychologists can do counselling. However, psychologists do other things too, like they're trained in diagnosing, they're trained in assessing, or all these other sorts of things. And that's okay, but that's why they kind of do their thing over there and the social workers do their thing over here. But instead of you comparing the services that you offer to psychologists and social workers and making that mean something about you and what you do and how you do it, here's what I want you to take away today. This is for you if you need to hear this. And it's my opinion. You might think differently. But my opinion is, instead of trying to pitch your services to doctors at big bulk billing medical clinics, instead of reducing your fee so that you can get some of the psychology or social work pie, instead of justifying the way that you work and why you work that way and things like that, here's what I want you to do. I want you to understand that you are a specialist in your own right, irrespective of psychologists and social workers, because your training is in depth. Unless somebody is a counselling psychologist and they've done that extra work. I mean, I did 1,000 hours of unpaid placement as in my master's degree for psychology for counselling. But even that is nowhere near what so many counsellors actually do in their training. Your training at a tertiary level is so much more in depth and so much more involved. And that is your skill. That's what sets you apart. And do not ever apologize for that. I want you to start embracing it. I want you to stop reducing your fees because of Medicare rebates. I want you to stop thinking that, why can't you have the psychology clients or the social work clients? I want you to stop doing all of that right now, from today, and understand that you're a specialist. And I want you to embody the specialist mindset and start asking yourself the questions. Now that I'm a specialist in counselling, how do I market myself? Now that I understand and embody that I'm a specialist in counselling, what does that mean for my fees? Now that I understand and embody that I'm a specialist in counselling, what does that mean for my marketing, for my niche, for the clients that I work with, for the hours that I work, for the fees that I charge, for the way that I work and what I choose to embody as my values? What does this mean for me in terms of my relationship to other allied health professionals? You are a specialist. Stop undercharging. Start charging your worth. I know it's not all about money, but this is a big problem in our industry, and I'm on a mission to shift the perception that some of you have, that some psychologists and social workers have, that some members of the community might have, about the worth of the work that counsellors do. Are you willing to step up and help me begin to shift the narrative and begin to shift the perspective about how counsellors are seen by beginning from right now from right now, from 4 o'clock today, start seeing yourself as a specialist and embodying your practice as a specialist from this moment on. If you're with me, let me know. If you like what I'm saying, but you're just not sure how to get there, or you're not feeling confident about it, or you need some more support with it, that's fine too. Let me know. We can jump on a quick Zoom together and have a coffee, and I can give you that support. That's not a problem. And we can go from there. But together, we can change the perception. But it has to start with how you perceive yourself as a counsellor. Okay? It's all going to flow from there. I hope this makes sense. Again, it's just my opinion. I know different people might have different points of view, but I'm speaking to the people who need to hear this today. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have a really, really beautiful day. Book a call with me if you need some support with this. If you're not in the ACPPO, head over. We would love to have you and love to support you with your private practice. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.